Hello, and welcome back to Raging Loop. In the last episode, we saw the feast for our first time. We kind of got the heavy inspiration of the game, taking from the. Is it? It's not a board game, is it? It's what would you even call it? Like a conversational is the wrong word. Like a party game to an extent. Anyway, it's heavily inspired by Werewolf. And yeah, the meeting finished. They all decided collectively to not hang anyone, which was probably a good decision. Um, and yeah, we ended the episode to I was woken up by the by several voices or something. Yeah. He's actually sleeping. Was, anyways. Okay, wait. Need to remember whether it's space or enter I need to press. We're done for today. Sorry for the wait. Good to hear. Ow. Unfortunately, waking up proved that this whole mess wasn't just a nightmare. So, is the feast some sort of ritual? The kind you do to ward off evil or whatever? Well, no, it's more of a gathering. I see. So you try to find the culprit. Haruaki-san, you don't beat around the bush, do you? Yeah, I realized I'm a real victim here, so I need information. It's a tall order to stay alive without any. Takumi, can I tell him about this? Yeah, better you than me. I gotta go clean up and stuff. Takumi walked away. Clean up the bodies, I assume? Yeah, Tai probably won't let us off until we've sent the Yomibito to Sananaga. You're supposed to preserve the scene of a crime, right? This is doing the exact opposite. Then again, it didn't seem like anyone expected the cops to show up in the first place. Is it like, why is there no music? Is it supposed to be like this here? I've not turned it off, have I? The system sound effects, yeah, but other than that, the voices, but the background music should be there. Okay, we'll see. If there's still none in the next scene, we'll have to try and find it. Here's my first question. Let's take this somewhere more private. Ah, there we go. This is... Chiyomi took me to the place where I'd met Rikako Uematsu and Meiko. It was a grass field with stones littered all over. It bordered Sananaga. You could say that this is the heart of our religion, the graveyard of the hanging pine. Why did I read that as if it was Chinese or something like that? The hanging pine. Now that's a hell of a name. The place was filled with dense mist, but it was probably thinner than that in the rest of the settlements. The sunlight seemed brighter here. I could even see a bit farther. The hanging pine had to be the old-looking tree at the edge. Is this really a graveyard? Yes, I don't know about the ones in the actual settlement, but these stones here are all graves. Remember how you tripped on one of them? Pretty bad move, huh? Better apologize. Seriously? You should have told me sooner. Yasumi's his ancestors. I'm so sorry. Sorry, I thought that would scare you. I know you didn't really have a choice, but I brought you to a half-ruined village with monsters in it. You believe in monsters? I asked, ignoring what I'd seen for myself. Yeah, I do. Jimmy's voice resounded through the impossibly thick, cloudy air. I didn't think you were the type. You're the type who's weirded out by that. I wouldn't go that far. Bullshit, I can see it all over your face. Was it that obvious? It wasn't like I found it disgusting or anything. I just didn't think I could get along with people who believed stuff like that despite a lack of actual proof. Did you see the bodies? That was probably how it was. Can I have a reason? What? I don't have one. Not sure I believe that. Well, if I do, it's because I've seen God. That was, see? You're weirded out. Tell me more. Wow, not bailing out after all. For now, let's just focus on the immediate issue. He was hiding something. It was either that hard to explain or a lot more important than she was acting. About this feast thing, huh? Alright then. Chiemi's explanation. Yay! I've been waiting for this. A graveyard probably wasn't the place to joke around like this, but at least you could see past your nose, and it didn't seem like we had to worry about anyone eavesdropping. I tried putting together everything Chiemi had told me. First, Fujiyoshi village had a unique legend. There might have been similar ones somewhere outside, but I'd just treat it as Fujiyoshi exclusive for the time being. The people here worshipped a god called Great Lord Shinai, the avatar of Shinai, or just Shinai-san. Also, the mountain this village was on was called Mount Shinai, meaning this religion deified a mountain. Anyway, sometime in the past, not known when, Shinai-san had helped the people living here by sending 5 beasts called guardians. However, just like nature could be really harsh, he had a scary side too. And if you didn't follow his laws of the mountain, he'd curse you without mercy. The Okami-sama was the ultimate form of his cruelty. Though the Okami-sama watched over the hunt, the Okami-sama also oppressed, tortured, and punished humans. The other guardians, though, were largely benevolent ones. The snake predicted the weather and harvest yields, bolstering the humans' prosperity. The monkeys defied the wolves, secretly teaching the people of fire, along with other important bits of knowledge. The crow pecked at and ate up the flesh of the Yomibito, the enemies of Shinai-san. The spider warded off the Yomibito and ensured that the humans slept and dreamt soundly. The Yomibito did indeed mean people from Yomi, as in the land of the dead, but apparently it wasn't very clear what they actually were. But just as I'd suspected before, it was thought that they had something to do with the corruption, death, and the land of Yomi. The most likely idea was that they were the dead, that had returned from Yomi to bring harm to the people still alive. At the start of the legend, Shinai-san, the animals and humans were facing the Yomibito. Apparently that was still how it was in Kami Fujiyoshi, the leading part of Fujiyoshi. It was the basis of the teachings of the Great Lord Shinai's religion. Thanks to that, the 5 beasts, including the Okami-sama and Shinai-san, were still worshipped there. In Yasumizu, however, things were a bit different. I thought you spelled worship with 2 P's, by the way. The legend here had a turning point when the humans, snake, monkeys, crow, and spider cooperated to kill the Okami-sama. With the destruction of their cruel rule, the human village experienced great growth. That had been when the 4 head families, who were said to have the blood of the 4 guardians in their veins, were formed. The snake was Miguruma, the monkeys were Higuchi, the crow was Nosato, and the spider was Uematsu. However, it didn't end there. The Okami-sama joined the Yomibito side and became a sinister creature that wanted to bring harm to humans. The Saranaga Rapids were Yomibito territory, and the Okami-sama appeared from there whenever the evening mists came. The Okami-sama would then kill an inhabitant, take on their form, and act like them. But at night, they would show their true self and brutalize the real inhabitants. That was why the people of Yasumizu, who lived next to the Saranaga Rapids, had to stop them. For that, Great Lord Shinai created an event called Feast of the Yomi Purge. Despite the name, it was no banquet, but a ritual to kill the wolf. In the feast, the villagers were allowed to kill 1 person a day. You had to basically kill your own people, something that was taboo for ages. But it was permitted here in order to rid the group of the wolf. Some humans were also given the powers of the guardians, snake, monkeys, crow, and spider. It was like a banquet of betrayal. They all drank some sake and chose someone to kill. That more or less explains everything. I see. It was a lot to unpack, but I got the gist of it. Basically, the humans betrayed the Okami-sama, one of their guardian divinities, and were still paying the price. But there were some points I didn't really get. I won't tell this to anyone else but you, but I'm pretty sure I saw the Okami-sama. No way, where? I just took a peek through a space in the outhouse door, so I didn't get a good look. Couldn't tell her that I'd had a realistic dream where I was killed. It had a human body and the head of a wolf, I think. No way. Can I take that as he seriously saw it? Yeah. The human body and wolf head matches up with the depiction of the Okami-sama in Shinai-san's festivals and the deified images in Kami Fujiyoshi. Before I saw it though, I heard a woman scream, so I figured that thing killed Mamiya. Was that the brutalization you told me about? I mean, if it killed and replaced her, you wouldn't have her body, right? Sorry, forgot to tell you something. Shinai-san is very strict with his laws and gives various punishments to those who break them. You mentioned something like that. Basically, they broke the rule of preparing for the feast by bathing, locking up in a room all by yourself, and sleeping. And that's why it's believed they died to the corruption. I couldn't see how you could get such mutilated corpses from something called the corruption, but there was something more important. Basically, you didn't tell me about the laws and turned me into Toilet Man so I could die, huh? No. Listen, I honestly thought there was no way an outsider could survive. But I wanted to at least find a way that gave you a shot at making it through the night, because I didn't want to let you die. And look at that, I actually survived. Yeah, sorry, but I really didn't expect this. Shame I didn't get splashed, huh? Don't be like that. I'm actually really glad you didn't die. I wasn't sure how to feel about this, but hey, at least she tried, right? So that scream really was Mamiya's, huh? Or was it someone who got brutalized? No, I'm not really sure. From what you told me, it's possible that that was your scream and that the Okami-sama already replaced you. Well, it's possible, but I know full well I'm no wolf, and that's what I'm gonna say. Just like everyone else, huh? Fair point. Now, this was a predicament. Question 1. Ask away. Are those marks the only proof that there are two wolves? I recalled the strange symbols on the large rock, the two warped diamonds with spirals inside. Yeah, that mark represents the Okami-sama returning from Yomi, so since there are two marks, it stands to reason there are two wolves. So it's speculation. Not much reason to question it though. We have these annual mountain festivals and there's always a guardian costume parade. The number of wolves in the parade is announced in a similar way. So it's normal for there to be multiple wolves, huh? Yeah. In Shinai-sama's shrine, for example, you'll have 3 wolf statues. It all depends on the amount of players. For the festival, the Miguruma divine the number of wolves or something, and then record that number overnight. By leaving those marks on the stones, huh? No, Kami Fujiyoshi doesn't have Okiba, those stones I mean, so they apparently draw them on the shrine grounds. Apparently? The people of Yasumizu are taught to wait for the guardians in Yasumizu, so I never saw the marks myself. So one of those marks in Kami Fujiyoshi means one wolf in a parade? Not exactly. The wolf's sign in Kami Fujiyoshi isn't as warped for one. The mark with the spiral and a diamond is only the sign of the wolves that came back from Yomi. It's a Yasumizu thing, so they don't have it in Kami Fujiyoshi. I see. But still, the number of wolves and marks match up. Yep, a free wolf festival is considered good luck there. Chiyumi herself didn't look the least bit happy to talk about it. Anyway, all I had to take from this was that there were at most 3 Okami-sama, wolves. I had to fix my perception of the situation. The wolves were a group of 3 werewolves. I wasn't too well versed in the myths and folklore, but I certainly hadn't heard of any Japanese myth about werewolves or wolfmen. I did hear of Jin Menken and of possession by fox spirits, but werewolves did seem like a very European thing. On the other hand, the fact that there were 3 of them seemed pretty standard. I guess it had something to do with presentation, trinities and all that. Though the idea of 3 werewolves did seem a bit excessive in terms of content. Anyway, I now had a better grasp of the situation. That made it easier to understand what was going on here. What about the humans who got guardians? How many of them are there? There are 2 monkeys, but only one of the rest. I see. So there are 5 guardians and 2 wolves, and the rest are humans. It's pretty bad that there's 2 wolves. Because that makes them strong? And that's one reason, but you can only kill 1 per day, right? If there's multiple, getting them all will take more time. But yeah, I just realized, the crow would be kind of pointless if there was only 1 wolf. Why? The crow's ability lets them tell whether the corpse is a wolf or human, right? That means that a wolf doesn't transform back into a wolf even when it dies. The corpse stays human. That makes the crow's power useful. You wouldn't be able to tell if the wolf was dead otherwise. Yeah, that's true, but what does that have to do with the number of wolves? Imagine if there was only 1 wolf. They killed him. What happens next? I got nothing. Exactly that. Nothing. Or rather, the wolves won't kill any more people. Game over, humans win. Oh, I see. So if there was only 1 wolf, you could tell it was dead because the killings would stop. And the crow would be pointless. Exactly. Wow, you're sharp. Well, it's not like this information is very useful. I'm still impressed by how you keep cool in this mess. You're not just some student, are you? What else could I be? A detective? I like that. I'm a famous detective who came to solve a difficult case in the countryside. Seishi Yokomizu's world. And you normally investigate affairs and debts. Wow, that got real quick. Anyway, I got more questions. How many people can the wolves kill per day? It would suck if everyone got killed overnight. That won't happen. Remember the snake? They need to ask the mountain who's what. True, and the spider would be pretty useless if they just protected 1 human while everyone else, including them, died. This is also why I wondered if Mamiya and Hashimoto got brutalized. Killing even 2 people would make it pretty bad, but if it was just 1 per day, or... Well, that raises another question. Why do these supernatural monsters even need to follow rules like that? That is a very good question. Is that weird? Of course it is. Imagine if they were free. 1 corpse would barely serve as a snack. I don't think they're attacking people because they're hungry. Oh, so they're just out for revenge? Not really sure, but it doesn't seem like they're doing this because they want to. I feel they have their own laws they have to obey. That was what bothered me so much. The Feast of the Yomi Purge had rules, and breaking them would mean being taken by the corruption. Some sort of supernatural punishment from Shinai-san. If this was really just divine retribution, surely he would want the Yomimitsu done away with immediately. However, instead the humans retained the aid of their guardians, and only 1 kill was permitted each day. Even the wolves couldn't break that rule. Were the laws of the mountain equally binding to both man and wolf? In Christian theology, both humans and Satan were God's creations, equal before him and all acting based on his master plan. Was the god of the mountain similarly inclined? The legend of slain wolves and their revenge. Was it really that simple? Or was there something else going on? It was quite scary, and I wanted to know all about it. I guess we should at least ask the elders how many people the wolves kill. True, but is someone really gonna die again tonight? We already got 2 casualties, and for all we know, those the wolves replaced might be dead too. Hold on, they're cleaning up the bodies, right? You gotta check them properly, to see if there aren't more than 2 bodies or anything. Kanzo checked it first thing in the morning. There were only 2 people's worth of bone and guts. Huh? Really? Does he have experience doing this kind of thing? He's a hunter, so he's used to butchering animals. Well, that made sense. That reminds me, this is probably the most important thing. Why aren't you trying to run away and call the police? I want a straight answer to this. I honestly can't think of a better move in this situation. I was aware the people here were superstitious, but their superstitions are getting people killed. So why was not a single person objecting? We can't escape this place. Can I ask why? It's complicated, but we all know it's true. There is no way to escape this place. The mist is completely impassable. I'm not going to waste time on something I know can't be done. Have you seen it yourself? Why are you just trusting what someone else said? Sorry, I can't really explain how, but I just know. Once the feast begins, no one can leave Yasumizu. So it wasn't logic, but blind conviction. Or perhaps she'd subconsciously gained that knowledge through some experience. Yeah, as if. So, you have no proof, but still believe you can't escape? Yep. Everyone else would probably say the same. What are the odds that your blind faith isn't something that's total bullshit? Well, higher than zero. What if I said that I, as someone overlooked by the god of the mountain, would try to leave anyway? I'd do everything I could to stop you. Even if the others allow it, it's because they don't care if you die. That was pretty scary. So you're worried about me? More than anyone else here. Thanks. I can just feel the love. Love? She was going all red on me now. This seems to be taking it pretty far for an act. No, I just have a conscience. The others here don't then? Well, you should know that they're way colder to outsiders than they appear. I'm kind of an outsider myself, so I can relate to your situation. You'd go on a road trip with someone just based on that? Hey, that might have been our final farewell in this life, so I wanted to make it nice. Huh? You only agreed because you felt sorry for me? I don't think you can get out of your promise that easily. Wow, how do I respond to that? Oh, but wait, your bike's broken. If it's for a date, I'll take out a loan on a new one. A date? I guess it is. But wait, you'll take out a loan while you're still in school? Besides, don't promises like that usually end up with someone dying? Let's worry about that after we survive. Shit. First she was all over me, and now she was playing hard to get. In normal I don't know where he got that first part from, but sure. In normal circumstances, that could be kind of fun, but right now she was the only one I could rely on. The emotional support would have been nice. Back to the whole police thing. Really, you can't expect much from them here. Because it's supernatural? Well, that's one reason, but we also have just one officer in Kami Fujiyoshi. And Kami Fujiyoshi wants nothing to do with what happens here in Yasumizu. You know, I've been thinking. Spot on. I hadn't even said anything yet. Yep, Yasumizu is basically the local settlement for those who were ostracized. She really did guess what I was gonna say. Ostracism. In ancient times, villagers often punished criminals and the like by ostracizing them. They were ignored and excluded from all social welfare aid. Basically, people were excluded from the larger group and treated coldly. It was one step away from banishment. It wasn't just emotional torment either. Back in those days, not getting the help of other people was a matter of life and death, making this quite a harsh punishment. Did you all do something? Most of us did nothing. The Makishima, Yamawaki, and Muro families have been here for generations. Can you keep a secret? Sure. Kaori Oribe was originally an outsider who married into the Higuchi family, but her husband messed up somewhere down the line and died. I hear she was forced to move here with Yasu, who was still very little. Well, that wasn't a pleasant story. I had heard ostracism still survived even in this day and age. Some rural groups would brazenly cut off your gas or water supplies if you didn't fit in. Then again, neighbors in cities had their own communication problems. Basically, humans really hadn't changed much over the years. Still, ostracism because of family troubles? In this day and age? It seems so weird, ugly, and behind the times. Then there's Mochi. He was the Nosato family's heir apparent. Guy's an actual blue blood. Huh? Really? Yeah, he and Kionosuke are uncle and nephew. They were nothing alike. Mochi is a bit weird though, so he was put up for adoption and sent to Yasumizu. Oh yeah, Kionosuke had said something like that. Sheesh, what century did they think it was? What about you? I did an oopsie. Did you used to be a bit wild? You don't like that? Nope, I'm actually into that. Oh, you really go all in, don't you? With her pulling hit and runs, I really had no choice. Anyway, this place was basically abandoned. I couldn't expect any outside help, and everyone here believed they couldn't escape this place due to supernatural reasons. What were my options here? We're staying. Being left out of the feast hardly guaranteed my safety. Obviously, escape was the ideal choice, but at this point I didn't see anyone guiding me out. All I had to look forward to was either dropping dead somewhere in the mountains or becoming a snack in this village. The first seemed way more attractive, but unfortunately I'd gotten attached to the people here. Abandoning them would at least make it hard for me to sleep at night. That's why running away wasn't an option for me. I'll go ahead and ask. Why aren't you letting me eat Yasumizu's stuff? What is this foreshadowing? You noticed? How could he not? Yeah, and I figured I should clear up anything shady before it comes back to bite me. It's scary. You got me. But really, this is just some insurance. A little medicine for the mind. No, tell me more. You know how it can be, right? You eat something from a strange place and next thing you know, you're turned into a pig and can't run away. What? Is this hell or something? I'd seen that anime on DVD, by the way. Which Way to the Bathhouse? Can't say it isn't. It seemed like some serious overthinking to me, if not just serious superstition. How long will this last? I brought a ton of food from the outside, so you should be fine for a while. Cup ramen, huh? I did appreciate it, but I had mixed feelings on living like it was the apocalypse over a local superstition. Anyway, we went to Chiyomi's room and she gave me some cup ramen. We agreed I'd pay for it after all this was over. I actually skipped 2 meals, so I was still hungry, but I was used to skipping meals to cut costs, so that wasn't a problem. I wanted to relax and think things over, but Chiyomi was curious about the others, and I ended up tagging along. It was probably because I wasn't in a position to be by myself. Oh, welcome. Are you here for lunch? No, we're just here to kill time. Can we sit? Of course. I'll bring you some tea. Can I have just some warm water instead? Oh, but tea is good for you. I'm the type who can't sleep if I drink tea. Oh, I see. Warm water it is then. I'd have liked it if you refused that too. But you use water from here whenever you make cup ramen, right? Ah, you didn't realize that? Maybe it's safe when you boil it? Could hell's water really be purified by boiling? Here you go. I must say you're quite unfortunate. Your bike was broken and now you're... you know. Oh, it's nothing compared to everyone else here. If I may ask, does this kind of thing happen often? Is it annual or something? I asked something important like it was no big deal. No, it certainly isn't that common. Personally, this is my first feast. I did hear that people died when the mists appeared before, but that was before most of us were here. As in, they hadn't been ostracized back then. I could ask that, but I probably couldn't dig too deep. So this is a first for many people here, right? Yes, I think so. I see. If that's the case, knowledge of the rules seems strangely well kept. You see what kind of place this is, don't you? There's not much in the way of entertainment here, so the little ones grow up listening to the tales of their elders. All tales and songs are always passed down and survive for a long time. Songs? Song? Well, the mysterious Mako popped out of nowhere. I learned the song. Oh my, you did? Could you sing it for us? Shinai Sun's guardians are 1 cake, 2 funky, 3 blow, 4 rider. Cake, funky, blow, and rider? So, was it about a guy who had a funky birthday party with cake and ended the night on a happy note? The melody seemed familiar, though. I guess it was too difficult for her. Mako, so this is where you were? Ah. Her guardian came soon after. Oh my, sorry. We just had lunch, so the place is a bit of a mess. Kaori Oribe humbled herself. Oh, no. I'm the one who should apologize. I let Mako wander off here. No need for that. It's a difficult time for us all. You're free to come here and relax whenever you like. Very well. A silent thud. And a loud one. The woman just collapsed. Are you okay? Oh dear, are you hurt? Apparently she wasn't trying some unique form of relaxation. She just tripped on a rail for the door. It hurts. She put her hands on her throbbed nose and became teary-eyed. The lady's mysterious vibe crumbled in an instant. The woman noticed my surprise and pouted. She might have been more expressive than I'd realized. Please don't look at me like that. I'm sorry. Now that I think about it, this is the first time we've talked. You might be right. My apologies. Huh? For what? I got you involved in this. Run. Oh, yeah. You told me to run away. I saw the evening mists come, but I hoped you could escape. Oh, so that's how it was. A part of me thought you foretold the future or something. Uematsu isn't the Lookout family. No, that sounded significant. What does that mean? This isn't something we can share with outsiders. Crap. Chimi's lack of reserve made me forget my boundaries here. I'm sorry. You're wearing some strange clothes, so I thought you were a Shinto priestess or something. Yeah, way to go calling her clothes strange. Oh, I'm not that important. Haruaki, don't bother Rikako too much. Oh, I didn't mean to. I'm sorry, Rikako. Oh, you just called me by my first name. Sorry. Chimi called her that way, so I thought it was okay. Oh man, this was confusing. I'm not that bothered. Oh, sorry about that. You two are getting along. I'd have appreciated it if she didn't put me in a weird situation. I'm going back. What about you, Mako? I'll stay a bit longer. I see. Come back before evening. And so she left. She's a bit weird, but still cute, right? She is. She's cute, right? Is she? Which one is it? That's my question. Natural beauty sure have it good. They look young and pretty no matter how old they get. Well, that was some bait. I'll bite. How old is she? I don't know. I'm pretty sure she's younger than 30, but she's definitely older than me. That's older than expected. I know, right? She's so little. Did you see that baby face? By the way, is she... Hello. We were now joined by the students. Mom, can we come in now? Oh, Yasunaga, Haru, welcome. Hey, you. Yep, I'm you. At your service. Are you messing with me? I was, actually. What is it, Makishima? You almost called me Haru, didn't you? We've only just met. You don't do that. It's unreasonable. Calm down. Hysteric heroines aren't popular. You're still messing around. I came here to say something to you. Her behavior was pretty unreasonable too, to be honest, but instead of pointing it out, I just corrected my posture and waited to hear what she had to say. You're getting too close to Chie. She's pretty busy, so you should leave her alone and do your own thing. You were busy? I wouldn't say so. even if she has some free time, she's a lady, so you need to be considerate and keep your distance. It's the mature thing to do. Well, that's true. If you agree, then just go away somewhere. This is why adults are so unfair, filthy, and annoying. Yes, I'm a filthy old man. Ha! Haru, did you really come with me? Oh, wait, that's him. Haru, did you really come with me just to say that? Oh, Mom, I have a message from Takumi. What is it? We'll be going to sleep early for a while, so maybe we should have packed lunches. Oh, that's true. I should hurry and start making the rice. Also, Fusaishi, take this. Me? I was busy deflecting Haru's attacks with my stupidity barrier, so being dragged into the conversation surprised me a bit. He gave me a rather dirty, rusty, cheap-looking cylindrical key. It wasn't even attached to a keychain. It's the key to the dorm. Takumi said he got it from Tai. Huh? Why did he do that? He said he felt pretty bad about making you sleep outside last night. What a sincere and considerate person. He really is. People like him make living in a place like this far easier. Mom, you really... Oh, the rice. With an awkward smile on her face, Kaori went back to the kitchen. I'm sorry you had to see that. Don't worry, I'm just a clueless outsider. I made a blatant lie. Everyone could tell that Kaori and Takumi would make a nice couple. Oh, I'm talking about Haru too. Hey, stop picking a fight with the outsider. Hey, he's bothering you too, isn't he? Not really. Anyway, if you don't have anything to do with the feast, then just get out. Stop it already. Why? Uzaishi is a victim, don't be so heartless. What the hell? You're such a dummy. This is such a mess. They had to stop fighting about me. We had an innocent little girl here. Also, Chiimi's info was confirmed to be true. Trying to escape seemed dangerous and recommending it was heartless. Basically, getting out of here was difficult. That made me all the more grateful for the room. I'd been so busy trying to understand what was going on in this place that I didn't even consider how to deal with it myself. I'd have to thank Takumi. Calm down, you two. Haru, wanna play with Chie? Play what? Prayer to Shinai? Now? Seriously? I want to show Meiko how it's supposed to be done. That's fine, but wow, you really care about stuff like this, huh? Yeah, kinda. Something was about to begin. No longer the center of attention, I began drinking the hot water Kaori placed before me. The teacup had a strange symbol enameled at the bottom. It looked like a family crest. Yasunaga? What's this mean? Oh, that's one of the Kami Fujiyoshi head family crests. She should just throw it away. His harsh tone made it pretty likely that it was the crest of the Higuchi family, the ones who banished him here. Haru moved a chair and sat down in front of Chiemi. Can I play the man's role? Sure. Let's go. 1, 2. Shinai-san's guardians are 1 snake, 2 monkey, 3 crow, 4 spider. They started playing an action rhyme, much like Ring Around the Rosie or London Bridges Falling Down. Fully in sync, they clapped, slapped their knees, clapped again, joined hands, etc., all according to the rhythm. And there was no mistaking it. This was actually the song I'd heard yesterday morning. 5. Prepare for the feast when the evening mists arrive. 6. The badger runs along late with Nair as a fix. They were doing it pretty quickly, so I couldn't see everything, but it was definitely complex. They even raised fingers and made fist bumps. Also, I was pretty sure I'd heard that part somewhere. Prepare for the feast when the evening mists arrive. Oh. 7. The corrupt Yomibito rise to oppose the mountain. Suddenly the song changed in tone. The movement switched up too. Haru hid her face while Chiemi stood up a bit and grabbed her by the shoulders. 8. Death of the damned Yomibito is the mandate. Similar line, but the roles switched. 9. 1 soul per day now to bind. 10. The mists rise away again. They returned to the same tone and movements as before, but then at a slightly awkward point, the song suddenly ended. Then they quickly stood up and... Yay! It's been so long since I did this that I kind of panicked. Apparently, they were done. See that, Mako? This is how it's done. Ow! You were so fast, I couldn't see it all. Alright, Haru. Teach it to Mako. What, me? Teach me. Well, alright. Yasu, there's something I want to talk to you about. Chiyomi's tone was serious. What is it? Yasunaga instantly understood that it was important, but he seemed to be mindful of me. If it's about the feast, I shouldn't be here, right? Sorry. Chiyomi gave me a meaningful look as I left. She'd probably tell me something the next time we met. I'm heading out then. Very well. You take care now. Kaori stuck her head out and said goodbye to me as I left the dining hall. I put together what I'd learned. The settlement's beliefs, circumstances, and the inhabitants' stances. However, Chiyomi was really the only one I could directly get info from. I couldn't account for any biases she might have had. The other inhabitants, albeit to varying degrees, didn't trust me. I could probably have decent talks with Yasunaga, but his situation seemed to be similar to Chiyomi's. I'd have liked to get info from the elders. Maybe my best option was to somehow join the feast myself. From what Chiyomi had told me, the feast was a really violent, dangerous tradition. And that didn't change even when you considered the tales and that there had already been lynchings because of this. Normally, something so brutal would have changed and become some harmless festival by now. How did such a tradition survive in the modern day, despite murder and lynchings being completely illegal? Was this place simply beyond the reach of the law or something? Or... it's because I saw God. Or because you'd actually get cursed if you didn't do what the tales told you to? How stupid. Then again, I couldn't really write it off. My stance on gods and monsters was basically that, as long as they could be seen, I was willing to accept their existence. The belief that nothing was beyond the comprehension of modern science was narrow-minded at best. New technologies and methods could easily reveal things that were previously undetectable. This had happened many times throughout human history. The idea that there were strange animals, ghosts, or aliens that were simply beyond our current ability to perceive was entirely plausible. However, there were disappointing realities too. For example, the original story about something mysterious could have easily been a lie, trick, misunderstanding, or misinformation. Generally speaking, the mysteries of the world all turned out to be one of those. Science disproved things far more often than it confirmed them, which was pretty damn boring. Surely even Houdini, famous for exposing mediums and other frauds, wanted to believe in psychic phenomena. He'd searched the world in the hopes of meeting a real medium, but each he found proved to be fake in the end. Well, considering I'd actually seen something that shouldn't have existed, you could say that I was in a way more exciting situation than him. Though my life was in danger, so I couldn't really waste time trying to speculate what that thing was. Back to the matter at hand. For now, the most important thing was understanding and surviving the feast. To pull that off, I needed more info. I still hadn't heard how today's talk had ended. Based on the mood of the place, no one seemed to have died at least. Now that is an interesting cliffhanger. So let's end today's episode right here. They died. I don't know who's saying it. I don't know who died. We'll find out next time. So for now, hope you enjoyed watching this episode of Raging Loop. Thanks for doing so, and I will see you all next time. Till then, bye bye.